Hello and welcome to the 6th gojenn Plannercast. I have so much to tell you about this week that I figured we needed to be face-to-face or face to screen to face there. Of course, as always, I have my beautiful FoxyFix Midori in the field note size. It's not blue. It's really beautifully purple. It really is. You just have to trust me on this. So this is the first full week. This has been the first full week of August 2015. So I've had to set up a new book for August. This is all I had. There we go. This is all I had last week when I saw you. Since then, I've journaled quite a bit. I've been real pleased with myself. And I do like to put my Zentangles in there. You can just Google Zentangles or doodles, and a lot of these patterns will come up. I find that they are just great for helping me. Not that I'm real crazy, but all the voices in my brain that are telling me, don't forget, you got to get such and such to the grocery store. Don't forget. Oh, did you remember to do? I'm trying to go to sleep here. So I will doodle a little bit and then go to bed. And that really does help to calm me down and get my regular work day, all my worries and troubles. Try to get that out of my head. There, can you see that? That tree, I was at Hobby Lobby this week, and I saw a rubber stamp of a tree like that, so I took a picture of it when I was in the store. And then I just figured I would use that as a doodle, and I really was happy with that. And, of course, I love giving myself stars because some part of me is still stuck in 2nd grade, and another thing I wanted to say, I've seen a lot of people on the boards on Facebook who are a little upset about decorating their pages, and I would challenge you to decide, what are you using your planner for? Is it for decorating? Or is it for planning? Or are you like me? Is this your journal? Because this front insert in my FoxyFix is a journal, and I'm using it as a journal. So this may be like, I try to write a little poem and draw a picture and some Zentangles and my journaling. But I'm doing it with a devoted, conscientious sort of mindset. I'm doing it to learn about myself, learn things that I need to learn. I got new washi this week, so I had to put some in my book. So see, it was about decorating, but I'm not that concerned over, I don't know, that's just not my concern. And there's lots of gorgeous planners out there. Again, I have found that when I'm going to have a weekend, and this weekend I'm taking Monday off as just a vacation day from work, and when I sit down and think, well, what would I like to have accomplished by the time I go back to work on Tuesday? And so I make a list. And I thought, honestly, I was going to have, 2 or 3 things on it, because that was all I could think of at the time. But no, I've filled up an entire page. Stuff to do. But it's all stuff that's good, and stuff I wanted to tell y'all about. Yeah, we're still on track, so that's good. And that was last night, so that's the end of my journaling for the week. I know I mentioned last week that I was planning for my crafting for the month. So I did a little list of things that I knew I wanted to do, and checked, and then I can have a little checkbox for myself. Have you done such and such? Or if I'm sitting here thinking, gee, I don't know what to do next, all I have to do is look at this, and it tells me, hey, you need to make one of these. Silly. Okay. This was my first list of August. This is the actual official listersGottaList. It was a really hot day that day, so I was trying to think of what do I know of August. It's hot. It's really, really hot. And then some fall memories. I like the fall. It's my favorite season. My birthday is in September. So that's always made it. Even from being a kid, that's always been one of my favorites. And this page has been sticking the entire time, and I'm really ticked. The prompt this day was to journal about a favorite letter or email. And I got a really personal letter from a dear, dear, dear friend of mine. And it's too personal to share, so I just did a really pretty Zentangle and remembered that the day I got that letter and how happy I was. This is the duct tape, not washi tape. It looks like washi tape on the roll, and if you're not paying attention, you'll get the duct tape, which I did. And it doesn't work like washi. It's not easily repositionable. It's much thicker than washi, and it doesn't really make me that happy. The two prompts here are things I'm always meaning to do, and you put a smile on my face. And I didn't really decorate this all that much. I just kind of doodled around it, and that made me perfectly happy. And here was, I'm proud of what I've done, and what's a perfect day. So I just write the answers, or what I feel are the answers to the prompts, and then that's that. And this was all about my blank. So I put my beautiful FoxyFix Faux Dory Field Notes Planner. The more time we share together, the more in love we are. Yeah, it was love at first sight. So, and she's purple, not blue. Terrible. I've counted out the pages, and so for the rest of the month of August, I've got enough pages. So this book will hold my listersGottaList book for the month of August and July and August. So then I'll be able to decide what I want to do, if I want to continue with the listersGottaList, or if I want to do a different kind of challenge. Let me see. This was last week's page, and I really highly recommend, if you have certain things that you want to check off every day, make yourself a little box with your check-off lists. Can I get it to focus there? I want to take my meds every day. Did I journal today? Did I exercise? How long did I craft? Because I feel a day without crafting really messes me up. So that's very important to me. And so this is my week for this week, and I'm on Sunday. I've had my list, and I've just put these lister boxes here. I'm not really using those to check off because they're not lined up perfectly. Of course, everything must be perfect. But I try to do that. And I have next week all nice and clean and fresh and ready to go. And my dogs go to the groomer on Friday. So that is a flip through of my journal. Okay. And like I said, I have a ton of things to tell you. I ordered, this is a Fab Dory from Casey Moore on Instagram. No, on Etsy. And it's a fabric dory, and it's wider than the standard. And this is where my field notebooks, say that 10 times fast. This is where the field books are going to live. And I can't, boy, I tell you, this makes me, sorry, the glare. But anyway, it makes me so happy to have my book finished. And I'm going to keep them in this. She had a special that were 50% off. I couldn't say no. Did I need it? Yes. But I got it, and that's where my completed books are going to go for posterity. Also, my favorite seamstress on Etsy, which is, her shop is Starknits, Starknits. Her name is Alina, and she and her sister do a podcast, the Weasley Sisters. She's been putting up like 2 or 3 books at a time, and I haven't been able to jump in and get one, but I did get one this time, and you see that it's the Wizard of Oz characters, and as the Tin Man says to the Scarecrow, that's you all over. It's my favorite line from the Wizard of Oz. He says that after the winged monkeys have carried Dorothy away, and then they pulled all the stuffing out of the Scarecrow, and so he's scattered all around. Why am I explaining this? But anyway, the joke is, that's you all over. Get it? That's you all over. Sorry. I'm really sorry about that. But it is my favorite line. In her book, I'm going to use this for more of a dedicated practicing Zentangles, and what it is a old planner calendar book from Moleskine, and so I've got this whole thing. It's a year. Well, I'm just going to draw right over the old calendars. I don't care if there's bleed through because I'm only going to use one side of the page. I'll be able to write things about patterns, like this would be good for this kind of thing. So that makes me happy, and that's going to live in my Starknits faux dory. See, I told you I had a ton of stuff to tell you. I also bought some washi tape from Vintage Lobster Bisque. Lobster Bisque Vintage on Etsy. Lobster Vintage. I know both those words are in it. And Bisque. So I have this is all my washi, and I know I've seen the Reset Girl, and she has a wire thing that is full, and that doesn't hold all of her washi. This is all of my washi. Oh, and here's that roll of duct tape. But anyway, it was just in a pile in the bottom of my bin, And I just took some of my yarn that I had spun and I threaded it on that. I think, here's what I think, that I'll just use it, you know, like I'll just, when I'm ready to sit down and plan for a while, I will take this out and just have it near me. And if I want to use something, I can just use it. I don't think that I'll feel the need to be taking the different rings on and off of my yarn. If I do, I do. Right now I've got it knotted and a stitch marker on it. This washi, if you see that, that was a set I got from Amazon. I think it is 10 rolls of the narrow washi, and it was, I want to say, like $10, but that's not so bad because, you know, normally a roll of washi is like $3 by itself. So anyway, I was happy with it, and I feel like I got, you know, I got a deal. I was happy. So that's going to just stay on that yarn. This is an insert I got from the Yellow House paper. I'm sorry if my brain is just getting things mixed up and it's Yellow Paper House. It's one or the other. Yellow Paper House. That's the name of it. Or Yellow House Paper. Anyway, she has pre-printed inserts, special topics. And so I got one of the book review books from her. And I have really enjoyed having this because I listen to most of my books on Audible. I love Audible very, very much. Audible makes my life much more bearable because sometimes I'm really crazy at work, but we are able to listen to books and music on headphones at work, so I love it. I did finish up with my memoir of Alan Cumming. I don't know if I had talked about that. The name of it was Not My Father's Son. And I found that really interesting. And he narrates it himself, and he's a wonderful actor. He plays Eli Gold in, The Good Wife. But he's from Scotland, and he has just a wonderful accent and speaking voice, and so it's always fun to listen to him. I'm not going to keep that insert in one of my books right now because I don't finish a book. Maybe it takes me 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't need to be carrying it around daily. So I just keep that with my planner supplies. Speaking of planner supplies, I realized that my sticker storage had gotten out of hand. I know, what are you going to do? So I went to the dollar store and got a little photo album, and now I've just put my stickers in there. Oh, I did want to mention, yeah, I thought about this to tell y'all while I was doing it. These are the printable printable stickers that I got from, I want to say, Simply Planning on Etsy. Because I thought, what a deal. I'll print my stickers and then I'll just have them and it'll be cool. And so I had some paper already that was just a single sheet of sticker paper. And I thought, how cool. I'll just print them out and there they'll be. And I never really thought about cutting them out. And it's a real pain in the patootie. Not to offend anyone, I hope patootie's not too strong a word. If not, I'll just say ass. But anyway, like these are yarn balls. That's what that's a sticker of. And since it is up to me to cut them out, what a pain in the patootie. See? So it's not always a good idea to do the stickers printables like I thought it was going to be. But I've got my dollar store stickers, which still are some of my favorites. My little Avery stars, because I love to get a gold star for being a good girl. More dollar store stickers. And then this is the washi masking tape paper, masking paper sets, I think, that I got from Amazon. I didn't really know what it was, but I like it. They're little strips of washi. So I had all of these just loose in the bottom of my bin. I really had to do something. Okay, this is my next. This was my problem. I had made this. It's a clear 2-pocket folder from a page protector. Okay, since it's for field note size, you have to cut the top and the sides because you can't get it to work otherwise. Well, and I was such a genius, I decided to use that duct tape on the sides because I figured that would make it more long-lasting, which the tape is doing great, but the plastic not so much. And two, when I would put something in the pocket, it would stick to the teeny little strip of duct tape that was inside. And then I couldn't pull anything out. It was a pain. So this is going to be retired. And I have made a new one and used washi tape instead of the masking tape. And I've just used Zentangles for the front, sticker storage, that masking paper here, and then a photograph. That's me and my husband and our 2 dogs. But I like that a lot better. It still doesn't feel very substantial or tough, like it's going to take much use. But we'll see. And I'll just go back and put that in my book. I have made one of these pockets. It's I think 6 or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets from a file folder. I followed the directions from the lady on YouTube. And then Ray Blake talks about them too. And I really like this. However, it was an old beat up folder that I used, and it looks old and beat up, and I don't know. I made it before I got my Midori, my faux Dory, and I should have used purple. Duh. But I used this green, and it really doesn't go. And I know I say, you know, I'm all about the journaling and the work. But it's going to be a little pretty matchy-matchy too. So I think I'm going to make another one of those. This is what I'm trying to figure out how to use next. This is, I kept this when I threw away it's just a like 12-month planner, and this is my size. You'll see that I could almost, and problems. That fits one of my books just perfectly, except for the top. So I'm going to use this for something this week. I'm going to rig something. And I put the cover on this book review book that I got from Yellow Paper House. I covered that myself with a sheet of scrapbook paper, and it's beautiful. And then I just had a round sticker, and I wrote books. So anyway, I've got that. And I've made this little thing. I had 2 pieces of cardboard that are just about the size of my field notes books. And so I could use this for like a dashboard. But I haven't decided how I'm going to do that. So, I have turned this Plannercast into a monumental deal. We'll probably go back to my slideshow format next week. I just had so much. I hope you have enjoyed this. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, because I spend a lot of time while I'm journaling, while I'm doing my planner stuff, my listersGottaList. I've almost always got YouTube videos going in the background. So I know how many are out there, because I like to watch a lot of them. And I hope you've enjoyed this one. And I hope you come back next week. Subscribe, and then you'll get an email telling you when the next one's out there. Okay? I appreciate you spending this much time with me today, and I will see you next week. Thank you.